The popularity of the Pokémon trading card game is not an accident. While some were quick to label it an overnight sensation, the idea sells short the effort that went into the Pokémon TCG and the games it was based on. The biggest driving force? Nostalgia. The Pokémon trading card game and the value of nostalgia. Presented by eBay. Released in Japan just 8 months after the first Pokémon games, the Pokémon TCG was one of the first major additions to what would become a vast pipeline of Pokémon merchandise. While clearly inspired by the success of Magic the Gathering, the Pokémon TCG was no mere copycat. Along with being more accessible than other TCGs on the market, the Pokémon card game proved to be a natural extension of the things that made millions fall in love with the game. However, as the franchise waned over time, the TCG did as well. Many of us wouldn't look back at an old binder of Pokémon cards and shake our flushed faces in embarrassment, but there was a sense that the rise of the Pokémon TCG was a moment in time meant to be cherished and preserved in our memory. However, that's not what happened. That time has returned and taught us all a little bit more about the true value of nostalgia. I want to be the very best. Investment. A recent eBay report revealed that Pokémon trading card sales had increased by 574% from 2019 to 2020. Last year, a first edition Charizard card sold for a price of over $350,000. There's a degree to which you expect older cards to become more valuable. What's impressive, though, is that this buying craze has extended to modern cards, creating a shortage. The extent of this shortage even impacted a recent McDonald's promotion that offered limited supply Pokémon TCG cards with every Happy Meal. Across the country, stores were mobbed by enthusiastic buyers willing to buy dozens of Happy Meals simply for the card packs in their containers. But why is the Pokémon TCG specifically experiencing such a resurgence right now? It seems to come down to a couple of key factors. One is financial. Many kids who grew up with the original games finally have disposable income, and with the prices first edition cards are going for, proves that Pokémon cards are a solid investment. And then, there are the influencers. The celebrity factor. In 2017, a man known online as Gary King Pokémon appeared on Pawn Stars with a collection of Pokémon cards that can only be described as one of a kind. While he asked for $500,000 for the collection, he insinuated he wasn't really interested in selling the cards for even that amount. He was right to hesitate. Some of the individual cards in that collection would go on to command prices close to that $500,000 figure. Cut to 2020 when controversial vlogger Logan Paul decided to visit that same trader with $150,000 in cash. After a highly produced spectacle, Paul was able to convince Gary to part with one of his Charizard cards. Earlier that month, Paul posted a video that showed him unboxing a $200,000 box of first edition cards. It's one of the most notable examples of the kind of slick content that has propelled the market to often absurd heights. Yet there is a prevalent negative impact of the Pokémon TCG resurgence that will be all too familiar to anyone who has tried to purchase high-profile items online, especially in the last couple of years. Botters. Artificial buyers who scalp en masse. The role of scalpers is nothing new, but just as it was for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, a new generation of bot technology can make online purchases of Pokémon TCG cards from certain outlets nearly impossible. They are contributing to a raised barrier of entry for more casual collectors who must navigate low inventories, high prices, and delayed productions just to get their hands on a few packs. Yet it must be said that the role of celebrities and influencers isn't universally negative. The publicity generated by their purchases reminded people of the love they still harbored and gave many a way to experience a sense of community during quarantine. Such extravagant purchases may make your eyes roll, but they also open your eyes to this movement that is inherently fascinating. There's perhaps no better example than the rapper Logic, who posted these words to his Instagram account shortly after spending $183,812 to acquire a rare Charizard card. "When I was a kid, I absolutely loved Pokémon, but couldn't afford the cards. I remember even trying to trade food stamps for theirs, and now as an adult who has saved every penny he has made, being able to enjoy something that I've loved since childhood, now as a grown man, is like buying back a piece of something I could never have. It's not about the material, it's about the experience. Pokémon party like it's 1999. Have you wondered why Charizard pops up so often as the star of the most valuable Pokémon cards? The most amusing contributor to the value is the simple fact that people love Charizard. In a 2019 poll that saw over 52,000 Reddit users cast a vote for their favorite Pokémon, Charizard was ranked number 1. A 2020 poll conducted by the Pokémon Company named Charizard as the 4th most popular Pokémon, following an extensive fan voting competition. The authors of the book Pikachu's Global Adventure: The Rise and Fall of Pokémon theorized that Charizard may be the most popular, with older male fans drawn to the character's comparative toughness and the idea that this evolution cycle represents a departure from childhood. That idea meshes with the comments and demographics of notable top Charizard buyers, but when you get to the heart of it, there's just something about Charizard's design that has resonated with Pokémon fans and stayed with them throughout the years. It's not just Charizard either. In the eBay sales report that revealed Charizard was the top-selling Pokémon card, the most popular individual among sports trading card collectors was none other than Michael Jordan, another legendary figure among children of the 90s who recently experienced a popularity resurgence as a result of the success of the Last Dance documentary series. Pokémon cards do often go up in value, but if it's just about the money, there are better investments out there. On some level, people are investing 6 figures in Pokémon cards because they want a shiny cardboard dragon, and they've wanted it for a long time. That's the true value of nostalgia. It's an idea that applies to how much Pokémon cards are selling for over 20 years after their release, but it's also about how those high prices tangibly reflect an often indefinable way we feel about these cards over 20 years after their release. The high prices of Pokémon cards don't just speak to us because they make us wish we kept those binders of cards all those years later. They speak to us because those absurd figures are an easy way to convey how we felt when we shared the excitement of combing over those cards with friends all those years ago.